Yep, this is good. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to be very honest and say that this part of the video and the conversation, I really just wanted to swerve and not necessarily dive into, but I feel that if I am not transparent and vulnerable enough to share every element or part of the story, that is the Shawn team, that is the downtown dream, that is many elements of my life, I feel like I'm not elevating everyone that's able to watch it with me. Part of the authenticity and the I guess the realness that comes with the team is me being a leader that is able to take responsibility, and just to be completely honest, 2022 was probably one of the hardest years of my life in many facets. Right now I just wanted to focus on the Shawn team and Cornerstone, which I believe we've talked about Cornerstone and us kind of taking what was Danny Blaine Real Estate, Danny Fox Real Estate, the brokerage, and Jacob and I acquiring it and changing the name to Cornerstone. So we owned the brokerage approximately a year, and real estate, retail real estate at least, went down roughly 60% last year. And it was probably one of the hardest punches in the mouth that I've ever taken in business. I've taken lots of punches, literally and figuratively, but in business, this was probably the hardest one that I've had to take, and exposed a lot of myself to myself, taught me more than I've ever taught or gotten taught in business. And I've learned lessons that no college or certain accolade of education would have been able to teach me. And in the midst of that, I shared it with my team. And I had to look in the mirror and share it with myself. And for months, I mean literally months, we acquired the brokerage, February, March. Month over month, I watched the numbers go down. And I did absolutely everything that I knew how. In the beginning, I kind of blinded myself to the reality, just defaulting to absurd optimism, which I think every business owner and even leader has done. It's been like, losing 20,000, losing 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 in a month. Like, oh, that's all right. We'll get it back, baby. This is the month. And just ignoring a lot of the writing on the wall. Like, hey, dude, real estate isn't what it was in 2021 and 2020. Things are normalizing. Things are, and you've kind of had this business model that was fixated or built even on the premise of success in 2020, 21, and not in the reality of 22. So after losing more than I had ever lost, we had to figure out a pivot, because there was no quit. There was no, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm moving on, I'm going to go get a job and call it quits on this thing, because if anyone hasn't told you, you don't fail when it appears that failure has found you. You fail when you stop standing up and fighting. And that's not an option here. It never has been, and it never will be. So our pivot became, what do we do to keep these awesome people together? What do we do to keep this awesome thing afloat? Because, everything crosses your mind. Do we, become a bunch of solo agents? How do we keep the Shawn team and Cornerstone? Because understand that the Shawn team was a group of about 15 to 20 people, and then we had Cornerstone that had another 10 to 15 solo agents. How do we keep this together? Because, man, I love doing life with these people. I love doing business with these people. I love getting together every week and praying over each other and loving on each other. Because, I don't know if you can tell from our social media, but man, what we do is so much more than just real estate. That's just our vessel. On the business professional level, I took a hard look and said, no, we're going to keep this thing together. The Shawn team is going to be what it's always designed to be, and that's just a vessel of change here locally. And so we merged Cornerstone and the Shawn team into just being the Shawn team, and we searched for the best business model that I could find in real estate. And that's what landed us with Real Brokerage Technologies. And we were able to maintain the Downtown Dream 2.0, everything that we've been doing. We're now merged under the same umbrella in a way, the same marketing, the same branding, the same everything. And hindsight is 2020, but I look back and being like, man, like why didn't I just do this from the beginning? But in the midst of that, even, it's like, well, it had to happen the way it did. And a lot of my agents had to walk through some of the darkest, most confusing time that they've probably ever had to walk through. I know it was for me. I'll speak for myself. It was some of the most confusing times where I questioned my destiny. I questioned my purpose. I questioned my identity. And on the other side, where I'm sitting right now today talking to you, I can say it's only through that I'm able to sit here and say, I am the best version of myself I've ever been. The Shawn team is the best version of itself it's ever been. And not because we faked it until we maked it. In all reality, we walked it together. The murky, the questioning, the confusing, the saddening, the depressing, the whatever you want to call it, we walked it together. I wouldn't want any other army by my side than who I got right now. But I do trust, and I know that whoever walks through these doors, God has sent them. They're meant to be here. And so I just trust. And here we are, still standing, still swinging, still fighting. This is the good fight. And this is what it's all about to me. I'm blessed. I'm honored. I'm thankful to have who I have by my side. And I know that it's the way it's supposed to be. Exactly like it is. So, cheers to 23, baby. It's about to get crazy. Crazy good, though.